going on, everybody? Thank you for joining me here once again for another brand new installment of Renegades Reviews, exclusively here as always on the Casa D18 Studios channel. I, of course, am your host, the Renegade JJ Williams, and it's new release Saturday here on the channel. So we're going to be taking a look at the new release, Thor, Love and Thunder, starring Chris Hemsworth, Christian Bale, Tessa Thompson, Jamie Alexander, Taika Waititi, Russell Crowe, Natalie Portman, Kat Dennings, Idris Elba, Chris Pratt, Dave Bautista, Karen Gillan, Sean Gunn, Vin Diesel, Bradley Cooper, Palm Clementif, Matt Damon, Sam Neill, Luke Hemsworth, and Melissa McCarthy. What's going on, everybody? Thank you for joining me here once again for another brand new installment of Renegades Reviews. And as I said during the introduction, it's new release Saturday. So today we're going to be taking a look at the newest entry into the Marvel Cinematic Universe. We're going to take a look at the newest entry into the Thor franchise. We're taking a look at Thor, Love, and Thunder. And after the death of his daughter Love and having his pleas ignored by his god Rapu, Gore is called to the god-killing weapon, the Necrosword, and he uses it to kill Rapu, and then he vows to kill all of the gods. Meanwhile, elsewhere in the universe, Thor parts way with the Guardians of the Galaxy after receiving a distress signal from Sif. Upon his arrival, a beaten Sif warns Thor about Gore and that his next target is New Asgard. Dr. Jane Foster, Thor's ex-girlfriend, who is diagnosed with terminal cancer, arrives at New Asgard in hopes of seeking medical treatment. That is when Thor's destroyed hammer, Mjolnir, reforges itself and bonds itself to Jane Foster. We then discover that years earlier, Thor enchanted Mjolnir in order to protect her. Thor arrives in New Asgard just as Gore starts to attack the town with shadow creatures, and he is surprised to find Jane there with Mjolnir. But nevertheless, he teams up with her, Valkyrie, and Korg in order to fight Gore. The group is able to thwart Gore, but he is able to escape, kidnapping several Asgardian children in the process. The group then travels to Omnipotent City in order to warn the gods and ask for their help. However, the Olympian god Zeus is unwilling to help and has Thor captured, forcing the group to fight off Zeus's men. Zeus injures Korg, and in anger, Thor impales Zeus with his very own thunderbolt, which Valkyrie then steals during their escape. They then travel to the Shadow Realm in order to save the children. However, this all turned out to be a ruse for Gore to steal Stormbreaker, which he intends to use on the Bifrost to enter into eternity and ask for the destruction of all the gods. Gore manages to overpower Thor's group and successfully steal Stormbreaker. Gore then uses Stormbreaker to successfully open the portal to eternity. As a result of the battle, Valkyrie is badly injured, and Jane ends the battle drained by her use of Mjolnir, with one more such use likely to hasten her death from cancer. Thor, therefore, goes in alone, and he gives the kidnapped Asgardian children, as well as their weapons, the power of Thor, so that they can fight alongside of him. Jane ends up joining Thor in fighting Gore and destroys the Necrosword. After admitting defeat, Thor is able to convince Gore that all he really wanted from eternity was not to destroy the gods, but to get his daughter, Love, back. Jane succumbs to her illness and dies in Thor's arms. And Eternity grants Gorr's request to revive Love, whom Gorr then asks Thor to take care of before he dies from the effects of the Necrosword. The children then return to New Asgard, where Valkyrie and Sif begin training them. Meanwhile, Thor, now in possession of Mjolnir once again, continues to go on adventures and help people, with Love now wielding Stormbreaker by his side. In a mid-credits scene, a recuperating Zeus sends his son Hercules to kill Thor, and in our post-credits scene, Jane arrives at the gates of Valhalla, where Heimdall welcomes her as our movie comes to its close. Thor has never been my favorite in the MCU, but damn it if his movies aren't getting better and better. Ever since Taika Waititi took over with Ragnarok, Thor's films have just been getting exponentially better. I'm not sure if it's the writing, the directing, but there's just something about the Thor films ever since he's taken over that have kind of taken them to another level. I loved the return of Jane Foster in this. I loved the appearance by Darcy. I loved the return of Heimdall. I loved the return of Sif. All of these characters that had been entrenched in the Thor stories ever since the first movie, seeing them come back just made me all kinds of giddy. So, with Valhalla now in play, and knowing that Heimdall is there, and them mentioning in the movie that you must die in battle to be admitted to Valhalla, who else is there awaiting Thor that could possibly help him fight Hercules in potentially the next movie? You know, you've got the Warriors 3, Loki died in battle against Thanos. And if you think about it, going all the way back to the first Thor movie, those four people, the Warriors 3, Loki, Sif, and Thor, were all he really needed to go out and do battle in the past. The addition of Heimdall, you've got Valkyrie, you've got Korg. He's got the makings of an army now to take on Hercules if necessary. This poses some interesting conversation. I'm hoping to find out down the road who else is in Valhalla waiting for him. And Jane is there too now. So you've got another Thor. You've got like 10 people, both on Earth and in Valhalla, that could help him with this army. Very curious to see where it goes from here. Those of you that have seen Thor, Love and Thunder, what did you guys think? Personally, I enjoyed it. I'm giving it 4 out of 5 stars. I just thought it was so good. I also loved the inclusion of basically 4 great Guns N' Roses songs to help score this movie. Welcome to the Jungle, Paradise City, Sweet Child of Mine, and the guitar solo for November Rain for the maiden battle. So good. Awesome inclusions for the soundtrack. Kudos to Taika Waititi for being able to secure those songs for the movie. 4 out of 5 stars, though. What did you guys think of Thor, Love and Thunder? Let me know if you're watching the premiere. Leave your thoughts and comments over here. If you're watching on demand later in the day, leave your thoughts and comments down here. I'm genuinely interested and curious to know what you guys think of this, the newest addition to the MCU. Make sure you guys tune in tomorrow, right here to the Casa D18 Studios channel, as we once again enter into the war zone. That's right, it's time for another edition of the weekly acquisition report, where I show off some of the newest additions to my ever growing movie library. This time I'll be featuring Blu-rays that I found from the Dollar Tree. And then after that, over on the Jeff Meacham Network, don't forget to tune in for their coverage of Ring of Honor, Death Before Dishonor. Pre-show beginning at 3:30 p.m. Pacific, 6:30 Eastern. Play-by-play at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 o'clock Eastern. You're not going to want to miss out on any of that content, both here on the Casa D18 Studios channel and over on the Jeff Meacham Network. To all my loyal fans and friends out there, thank you very much for tuning in and joining me here today. I greatly appreciate each and every one of you. Make sure you guys smash that like button, you're subscribed to the channel, that notification bell is turned on. Share this video with all your family, friends, loved ones, movie fans, Marvel fans, Thor fans, Guardians of the Galaxy fans, Natalie Portman fans, Chris Hemsworth fans, Christian Bale fans, etc. Anybody that you think would enjoy watching this content, share the video with them, help boost up my visibility in the YouTube algorithms so I can eventually get monetized by the end of the year. Thank you once again for joining me today and tuning in, and I will see you guys next time.